Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, we're getting back to Attack on Titan. This is episode 84 as it appears on Crunchyroll. We are getting towards the end. I can't wait to see how this story wraps up.
Yeah, so much fun in this whole series. I'm ready, willing, and able to see what happens next because surprise after surprise.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether we're going to start on the wrap-up kind of path with, just a handful of episodes left, or whether they're going to save that for maybe the last 2 or 3. But in any regard, I'm fired up for this one.
Just give me rumbling.
Let's go!
This is a mess.
Hey, Bob, we are way behind on schedule, so I'm gonna need you to get everything hooked up like yesterday. All this stuff needs to be done by tomorrow. Gotta have it done.
Boss, I'm not an electrician. I mean, shouldn't we wait for the pros?
This can't be that hard. Couple plugins, couple wires. It's not that big of a deal. We do not have time to wait for the electrician, so just get it done. I'm counting on you, all right?
I'm counting on you. Oh!
Jumping jackrabbits, Bob, what the hell happened?
Oh, I knew this was a bad idea.
Bob's instincts were right, but his supervisor didn't listen. Now Bob's injury could be worth millions.
Wait, did you say millions? Who are these professionals that can help me?
Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client.
But Bob is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. When your boss puts you in a dangerous situation and you get hurt, don't settle for less than you deserve. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you every penny. And the best part? It's completely free unless you win. But Bob feels conflicted. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if the company hasn't paid him for the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing their insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad about getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Bob did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back.
Sounds like Levi.
Got 2 bottles out there.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Hanji.
There's what's left of the wall.
ミカサから状況を聞いたところだ。過酷な状況下でよくやったよ。リヴァイは無事ではないが生きてるよ。
Oh, I don't believe that.
私たちは車力の巨人だ。
Levi will be back in action.
どうやって止めるんですか？
何ができるかは協力者次第だ。私は君たちの上官でもない。その上で聞くけど。
やります。
Wow, right to it.
虐殺なんてさせたくありません。
本当にエレンを止められたとしてどうするつもりですか？世界から向けられる憎悪が消えないならエレンを止めることはこの島を滅ぼすことになります。
That's something they have to talk about.
いずれにしろ島が滅ぶにしても何年かは猶予ができるはずだ。虐殺はダメだ。肯定する理由があってたまるか。
That's fair, Hanji.
人類の自由のために心臓を捧げた仲間が壁の外に人類がいるなんて知らずに死んでいった。この島だけに自由をもたらせばそれでいい。そんなケチなこと言う仲間はいないだろう。
Ooh.
虐殺を止めることができるのは。
Listen now. Chances now.
Well, is this a flashback then? Because we already saw like that whole army of Titans marching.
This is not a flashback.
No, I think that's all the fallen.
俺はまだ調査兵団です。
Night of the end. No intro music?
No, that was the intro. That's why they're showing all the credits.
Oh,
I know, but we didn't get our theme song.
We didn't get to hear rumbling. What the?
We'll get it next episode.
Well, how do you know? If they continue like this,
Assuming.
this is our last time hearing it.
散々殺し合った者同士で飯を囲むか。どうして気が変わった？エレン・イエーガーを放っておけば、島の悪魔どもの楽園がな。
Jeez.
私たちは虐殺なんて望んでない。
つまり正義に目覚めたというわけか。今正義を語ったのか。
This is exactly what happened.
あんたらが送り続けてきた巨人に抵抗してきた俺たちが悪だったのか。
It's got a point.
Very big point.
俺が悪魔の所業だって言いてえのかよ、おっさん。
Buddy.
今や世界は滅びつつある。お前らが必死に戦った結果がこれだ。
They gotta cross the water, don't they?
エレンはこんなことしてねえよ。地ならしまで追い詰めたのはお前らだろうが。今さら歴史の話をしようっていうの。
All right, guys, we're gonna go back and forth over who's wrong and who's right. Or are we gonna
Yeah.
come to a solution here?
実在する2000年の歴史に通用すると思っているのか。なんだと。
Yeah, this is not getting anyone anywhere.
No.
So maybe let's focus on the common goal.
Let's how about we have some
見たわ
steak.
けでもない2000年前のいざ
Thank
こ
you,
ざ話
Hanji.
なんて退屈だ。この島を根絶やしにしようとした世界の人々を奇怪な悪魔の存在に外の世界で数ヶ月暮らした。もう何も知らない島の悪魔には戻れない。
それであんたたちに殺せるの？ エレンを。
Let's just, we might want to get that out of the way right
エ
off
レ
the
ンを止
bat.
める方法は殺すだけじゃない。それで考え直すくらいのやつが人類大虐殺なんて実行する。
It can be tough.
They ain't changing Aaron's mind.
それでも虐殺をやめてくれなかった時はどうするの？マーレに故郷を持つ私たちが私たちと戦うことになる。
That's their biggest
It's a
word.
little counterproductive, doesn't it?
あんたにとって考えたこともないだろうからね。
Feels kind of like a
Whoa.
slight. Yeah, I was just gonna say. Feels like an insult.
Oh,
Bet you Mikasa could take
gotta
her
show
out.
the ring. Just gotta show the ring. There's your guy. He
There's
look ready for
Levi.
battle to you.
He will be.
Gonna sit up at the gong of a bell. Like
Was that necessary to pull that out and flex that? Was she gonna use the force against her?
私もエレンを止めたい理由は一つ。だからあんたの助けがいる。説得してエレンを止められるのならそれでいい。少なくともその時まで私たちは争うべきじゃない。わかった。
さあ、シチューができたよ。
What'd I miss?
馬を休めても港まで
They're
最
all
速で5時間。
hangry. That's why they were fighting.
Could be.
地ならしの視察用に飛行艇を港に用意してあるらしい。問題は始祖の巨人がどこにいるかだ。
イエーガーがまず向かう先はどこだ。
知るわけない。
何らかの予想はできるはずだ。
クソ野郎。
Huh?
クソ野郎に協力する必要があるのかと聞いている。
自分の故郷のためにマーレと戦ってたんだろう。故郷がこのまま踏み潰されてもいいのかよ。
イエレナ？構わないだろう。こいつも同じクソ野郎のマーレ人だからだ。
I've seen some shaky alliances before, but no kidding.
I mean,
The hell is this? Oh,
I
Part-
was wondering who was talking to
Tar
you.
Titan.
マーレに併合された小国出身と偽った自らを嘘で塗り固め人類史に刻まれんとする。
世界を救う。これ以上に人を引きつける甘美な言葉があるでしょうか。これまでの遺恨などなきもののように喉へと流し込む。少し思い出してみませんか。
Please.
Hanji stew. Oh, can we find the actual like recipe online?
Generous amount of potatoes.
It was a lot of potatoes.
あなたも随分と調査兵団を殺したそうですね。ああ、もちろんパラディ島の皆さんもあそこまで派手に軍港を破壊するとは。アルミン、どれだけの死体の山と戦果を挙げたことでしょう。皆さんのレベリオでの勇姿を私は忘れてはいません。勇猛果敢に雷槍を撃ち込みました。
Yeah, nobody's hands are clean in
Yeah,
this one.
I was just gonna say the highlight here is nobody is doing well in the old hero department.
本当にいい子でしたから、私も悲しかった。 比べ物にならないでしょうが。
美味しいです、ハンチさん。おかわりありますか？
Gene just doesn't even get not even listening.
以前教えてもらったあなたの親友の名前はマルコだ。
Ooh, Marco.
彼の死に兄が関わってると言ってましたよね。
私がマルコから立体起動装置を取り上げた。
兄は俺の命令に従っただけだ。
Oh.
俺とベルトルトの聞かれてはいけない会話を耳にした。マルコが巨人に殺されれば。
Oh, man.
Well,
The best way.
最後に何か言ってなかったか？
俺たちはまだ話し合ってないって。
これだけしのぎを削り殺し合った者同士が。
俺はなんでマルコが巨人に食われているんだと思った。怒りに身を任せてその巨人を殺した。
罪悪感で頭がおかしくなっちまったんだろう。
本当にどうしようもない。
もういいって。
some powerful words there.
すまない。
Oh.
Oh.
I'm surprised it took this long for people to start fighting here.
Oh. Caving in his face.
Gonna have anybody step in to stop this?
That's all right. He'll heal up.
Oh. Oh. He's got in the way.
ごめんなさい。皆殺しにすることが希望でした。レベリオのみんなが消えてなくなることになりました。ずうずうしいことは分かってますが、私たちに力を貸してください。
Y'all need each other if you're going to try to
That's,
stop Eren.
Big coming from Gabby.
Yeah, almost like a full 360 turnaround now.
Well, 180.
180. 360. Going back around, you know.
He said a 360.
360.
It took an extra turn there
Yeah.
to
Just
be able
me,
to get
there's
back.
a meme. I'm gonna do a 360. Just means I'm right back on my bullshit.
おかわりどうするの？
What about your seconds? I'll take some seconds.
起きろ。出発の時間だ。いつまで寝てんだライナー。怪我なんてとっくに治ってんだろ。
Get your ass up.
I mean, he did have like almost that whole bottle of wine himself.
That's true.
And so, you know, he had to walk it off. Had to walk it off.
You see the way they got that wagon packed? Looks like a game of Tetris. I love it.
大丈夫か？
大丈夫。平気。
そうか。
Yeah, that was pretty brutal, Gene.
お前には
All right, I'm not apologizing to you, however.
それでいい。
シャリキが。
止めろ。何かあったようだ。
港がイエーガー派に占拠されています。
Oh boy.
対巨人用装備の兵士たちが多く、戦闘態勢でした。
Oh, they are kitted up. Those uniforms are so cool.
Let's not forget
Shit.
Thunder Spears.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
My guess is...
she didn't cooperate?
Oh, look who's...
It's like
Yeah. That's going to be
Looks like
interesting.
a Han Solo
Let's
pistol
see.
there.
All right, that is episode 84. I wasn't sure if Diamond Dave was going to keep scrolling, maybe checking for something there. But first off, get kind of the humorous stuff out of the way right off the bat. They really saved on animation expenses for this episode. Let's just get that out of the way right off the bat. I mean, the pans at the tree during the dialogue, and there was hardly any actual animation in this until towards the end there where we had the fight and whatnot. Okay, the fun stuff's out of the way. Now we have the world's shakiest alliance trying to figure out if they can trust each other. Can they trust each other to do the right thing when the time comes with Eren? Look, I don't know. I don't think this plan's going to work at all. I don't think they're stopping Eren. That's going to remain, I guess, if I have a prediction, that's going to remain my prediction for the rest of the show, is that nobody's stopping Eren. His mind is made up. He's going to do what he wants. And the ones who would have to stop him, Armin, Mikasa, they're not going to be able to do it, I don't think.
Really?
I think the one person that could stop him is Levi, and he's in a little bit of a rough spot right now, but I think he'll maybe come around in a few hours. We'll see how things
Some
heal
cryotherapy.
up. Yeah, we'll see how things heal up for him. But look, this was obviously the point of this episode, right? The whole point was to explain to us, the viewer, just how much tension is there, how it almost seems like a lost cause what they're trying to do. You know, they're going back and forth with essentially really, the argument essentially almost boils down to, you started it. No, you started it. No, you started it. I mean, that's essentially what it boils down to. And Hanji had the great point of like, look, it doesn't matter. We need to figure out a plan now as to what we're going to do going forward. It doesn't matter what the past is. That's done and gone. So I liked how she threw that in there. Because with, this kind of ragtag group we have, it's going to be interesting to see if they can work together. I have my doubts, but I think I think Gabby came up big there in the end, because we saw how believing in her cause she was in the earlier episodes, and how that kind of started to change. Now she had her big moment here. So it's a good thing they have Hanji with them to kind of splash cold water on him and bring him back to reality a little bit. But again, like I said, I don't think anybody's stopping Eren. So I think it's all up to Eren and what his ultimate plan is. I don't even think it's been revealed to us, let alone any of the characters on the show, as to what Eren's true goal is at the end. I still think there's a twist coming, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, definitely a shaky alliance. I mean, we spent most of the episode with, first Yelena was just trying to say, oh, really? What about what you did? What about when you turned into the Colossal Titan and took out all those people?
Yeah.
So, like, basically, they went around the room, around the circle we saw there, where they're all sitting in the circle. I mean, it was supposed to be powerful. It's like, hey, who would imagine, us all sitting together, eating, breaking bread.
Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us. But yet, at the same time, then it's like, yeah, well, you did something wrong. You did something wrong. I did. Then just going around with everyone that they're not so innocent. They all have blood on their hands, whether they took out innocence.
Depending on what they believed in.
Yeah,
right?
and depending on,
parties, all parties have been operating under.
That's
taking out everybody from scouts to
works.
everything, into civilians, everyone in between. So that aspect was really cool in this episode. That we do want to take out Eren because what Eren's doing is wrong. But what we've all done so far leading up to this point. Yeah, I know, wrong. Thanos over there. So thinking it's all wrong, but to this point, they've done nothing but wrong, each other. So, and then it was real powerful when they did the retelling of what they did to Marco, and I'm telling it right in front of Gene, and Gene was even telling, all right, stop, that's enough, and then kept telling, and then he finally just jumps across and just beats the crap out of.
I wonder why he did that, because he had to expect that reaction. I wonder what he was trying to get something out of him. Because, he did it, but the why is what I'm trying to...
Well, it's a guilty conscience. Yeah. And Reiner's this whole season 4 has been... Remember, he's basically given up, except for moments where he has to fight Eren, but even going into a fight with Eren, he basically says, paraphrasing that, I'm going to die fighting you, but I'm going to try to end you if I can.
Essentially.
Well, he knows he's on a limited clock anyway.
Well, limited clock and just all that guilty conscience.
And so then I think with that it was him letting Gene, just take it out on me if that somehow helps you.
Makes you feel better.
I'm not saying that does what will
it's
help
easy
you
when
in the
he
end.
Can heal.
Exactly, too. It's like, I beat the crazy. He was healed in probably like 20 minutes, It was getting fun. But yeah, a nice episode like this to really just kind of do the finger pointing, get that out of the way, so that way for the future they can maybe work together.
Yeah,
do those 360s. If you will.
360s. Yeah, shaky alliance is definitely an interesting term, to put it lightly. The issue is look, there's a handful of people in our group who obviously have very different relationship with Eren than the rest of everybody else. And even if you put together some sort of game plan or whatever, or you blueprint what we need to do to accomplish our mission, at the end of the day, can you count on the people to do it when the time comes? That's exactly it. They said, hey, look, if you can talk them out of it, hey, go ahead, right? Like, look, do what you got to do. We're all about non-violent conflict resolution here, but we don't really believe it can happen. So that's going to put continued strains on. It was weird to see our girl Annie right when like the heated conversation like that threw me off too. Like the conversation gets a little heated. Okay, temperatures are flaring, and you're really gonna go like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll turn into a Titan.
Mikasa's had her hands ready to go.
Well, let's be fair too. If anyone's going to take out Annie, it is Mikasa. Yeah. So,
but wouldn't her changing into the Titan? I suppose they don't all explode like.
But then she goes like that.
But I just was like, I'll do it like that. That threat with the ring, I guess is I'll do it. But yeah, it. I don't know what's going to happen here. It feels like the Parodies and the Marlians, the Eldians, it's like, you dig your heels in on these principles that you've been raised your whole life with. And I think it's hard for them to change their train of thoughts, hard for them to see things through the eyes of other people. Look, that's one big part of any conflict resolution is trying to be empathetic to other people's causes, other people's point of views and everything. And it's like, it doesn't feel like we're getting a lot of that here. So I don't know what's going to happen, the wall's down. Well, the point about, you sent the Titans here. Like, it's like, yeah, like, kind of, they were eating us. Yeah. So,
Are we not supposed to?
I don't know. I'm wondering with this particular series, like we're getting close to the end. Are we going to get a nice, neat bow tie? Here's your ending. Or is it just going to be like, dun, 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 guess what happens next? You'll never know.
I don't think any of their plans matter because in the end, Eren's going to do what Eren's going to do. Yeah. So they can make all the plans they want. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, on my prediction card, I still have everyone dying, which right now
we're getting close.
We're getting close. True. I still don't see if there is anybody that can, let's just say, kill Eren. It's either Mikasa or Levi for non-Titan abilities. As far as the Titan abilities, Reiner is the only one that could probably at this point maybe do something. Maybe
if you got some help from some of the technology and the firepower. Maybe,
yeah. Otherwise, with Eren having so much ability from all the Titans that he's accumulated, and with all that power, and him even being the founder Titan, it's just like right now in our first time watch here, because I feel like some folks forget
we have to let that be known.
I don't see how anyone could stop Eren. Not saying it can happen, but right now I just don't see it. But as far as this episode, I feel like thanks to that ending, this might have been like here's our calm before the storm. Mm-hmm. Because I think we're down to the last 3 or 4 episodes, whatever it is, 3, 4, or 5. So I feel like this was like, here, we're going to get this kind of catch up to get you, like you guys were saying, that here's the tensions with everybody right now. And I do believe some of that would really happen like it did here, right? Finger pointing.
Yep.
Egos a little bit, a lot of personal, almost vendettas now because your person took out this person, and vice versa. That whole conversation, right? I feel like that'd be a real world conversation if that were to happen. There was a powerful line in there by Reiner. I can't remember exactly, but we all kind of like, well, that was pretty good. With Reiner in his story of season 4, it's been actually interesting. Mm-hmm. The way it's basically kind of gone emotionally like this for him a little bit, but he's still there. He's still fighting a little bit, right? So interesting to see how that story for him is going to turn out along with everybody else. Again, I'll say good to see Gabby finally kind of turn the corner 360 there a little bit now, because I know I was giving her a lot of shit in the beginning because it was just such a one-minded track.
Yep.
And I just was hoping that it'd be give us just one moment where you just stop and actually think. But now she's there. Everyone's trying to team up. That port at the end there, I'm pretty sure that lady's gone because it seems like any old guard, they were taken out.
Well, that's the queen of those other islands.
Yeah, I forgot the name
that they're holding hostage, who Mikasa is relation to, and she's actually in that royal bloodline.
As she mentioned to Mikasa,
yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yep.
Oh, man, if the Shaky Alliance only had a leader like Stone Cold Steve Austin. So this has been so much fun. We cannot wait for more. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn.
Better get rumbling on the next one.
Catch you on the next one, pals.
Think we'll get intro music this time around?
I don't think so.
That's the rumbling. That's what the song is.
I know, but I'm just...
I don't think they have time to waste. There's too much stuff to show. I got time to waste for the music video.
我々はイエーガー派に飛行艇を壊されたらおしまいなのだ。
I love that they don't have a name for it other than flying boats.
船を壊すのは簡単だけど、失われた技術の再現に何十年とかかる。港を占拠した一番の目的も、アズマ人を抑えることだったのかもしれない。そんな彼らもここに私たちがいると分かれば、即座に飛行艇を粉々にするだろう。
Smithereens! Smithereens! You don't see that word a lot anymore. Smithereens!
ここでつまずくようでは、到底一緒にはかなうまい。作戦を。
Uh-oh.
What is that?
What is it?
Yes! There we got the music. Okay, they are going to do it. I stand corrected. That's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah,
sounds like he just threw up into the microphone.
That's what he sounds like. See?
Oh, that fight with Eren and Reiner was awesome.
There it is.
The rumbling.
Right there is when the rain would start dropping on him as he's singing.
Turns the microphone upside down. That's the move.
That's the move?
It was black and white, and it fades to color.
What a shot. What a shot.
Oh, I love the flashback to him as kids, but then he turns into that evil adult back.
No, I'm just trying to watch for spoilers or any kind of info I can pull out of this.
You shut the
banger
if you know what's good for you.
奴らを一瞬で皆殺しにする飛行艇を確保する。
Pretty much.
Kill them all! What?
港を見境なく攻撃すれば、アズマ人まで巻き添えになる。私たちにとっちゃ、故郷を攻撃した敵なんだけど。
Here we go again.
With the finger pointing.
アズマ人に死なれたら困るの、兄ちゃん。
飛行艇の操縦だけなら、俺だけでもなんとかなるだろう。
Should.
Oh boy, he's a pilot. He ain't gonna make it this episode.
その羽を伸ばせば飛べるというものでもない。それはどのくらい時間がかかる？わからない。
Guy, give us a ballpark.
Okay.
We're talking days, weeks,
months,
hours.
アズマ人を守りつつ、邪魔をしてくるイエーガー派からは死傷者を出したくない。
訓練兵からの同期もいるんだぞ。
I don't know if it's that possible, man.
どうやって襲いかかる敵から死者を出さずに整備にかかる時間を稼ぐのか、私を追い詰めた時みたいに。作戦を教えて。そんな作戦はない。しくじって飛行艇を失うか。
Yeah, they're not going to come in and just make peace.
Yeah.
イエーガー派に見つかればイヤガー王でも選択を迫られるだろう。何も手出しするな。
私は観客になる気はないよ。イエーガー派ならもう4人殺したことだしね。
Jeez. Yeah.
人類にはもう時間が残されていない。大量の蒸気を上げながら進む巨
They
人
are
が見えた。
crossing the sea.
That's what all the steam is.
すでにマーレ大陸には上陸している。こんなに早く海を渡れるとは思わなかった。
Oh,
Jesus.
No,
Oh,
no,
shit.
stop.
Hey, hey, what's that gonna solve?
怖がらなくていい。
それはよかった。この成り行きを見届けるまで。エレンの行き先を言うかも。
今、拷問をしている時間はないだろう。
Oh boy.
Gabby?
That's not a good look.
Yep. Saw everything.
昨夜の私の態度を詫びたい。この後に及んでまだ自らを正当化しようと、卑劣なマーレそのものである自分自身を、過去の罪を着せられることは間違っている。
All right, now we're getting somewhere.
世界の憎しみを一身に背負う言われはない。愚かな行いから目をそらし続ける限り。だから、頼む。今だけ目をつぶってくれ。
Just look the other way?
Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting.
Very.
手も汚さず正しくあろうとするなんて。
They're in it too. Wow, that was actually pretty powerful by Armin.
文明の痕跡は跡形もなく消え去り、煩わしいことはもう何もありません。ヒーズルの優秀な技術者がここにいるわけですし。
They look spirited, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, after
maybe those
that,
three were spirited.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll get a lot of work out of them, threatening them that way.
Jeez.
大変ご機嫌のところ申し上げにくいのですが、一体何が変わったとお喜びなのでしょうか。何も変わらず同様の殺し合いを繰り返すことでしょう。
Yeah, it wouldn't matter if there was only 2 people left, if they were on opposing sides.
確かにそのような気がしてきました。大事なのは身の程をわきまえることでしょう。今までどこにいた？何を騒いでいる？
車力の巨人を追ってたんだよ。奴ら鎧と一緒だ。早くしないと逃げられる。急いでアズマビトに止めるようにさせろ。
Got it. Traitor.
急いでアズマビトの整備士を連れてくるんだ。
Pronto.
止まれ！止まるんだ！
Oh man, I'm a little worried.
Oh.
今すぐあれを取るんだ。
海に逃げたマーレの残党！
実はお前たちがマーレとグルにな
って
地ならしを止めようとしてるんじゃないかって。
そんなことやるわけねえだろ！
we're caught.
お前らがこの島をまた危険にするわけないよな。
当たり前だろ！
よかった。どうしていいかわかんねえし。
Whoa. Trying to call their bluff.
爆弾を取ってくれよ。
What is with the weird looks on their face?
Well, oh man.
Everybody's sweating.
エレンの虐殺を止めるんじゃねえかって。
起爆装置を外したぞ。
フロックがアズマビトの整備士を素直に渡してくれれば、どうにかしてみんなを乗せてここを去る。
I always like how they did this with Armin.
His inner dialogue.
何かおかしいと思いませんか？南へ逃げると分かっている敵を追うなら、奴らがこそこそ動く理由は確証は持てない。やっぱり不安の種は
Nipped in the bud again.
Oh,
okay.
Dude. Anybody know what happened?
大した。
フロック！
Oh!
Well, that's a twist.
Oh!
Mikasa! Oh, boy, this is gonna get.
Oh!
Yep.
Sounded the alarm.
窓から内装を撃ち込まれる。
Oh!
Well, shit.
Oof!
イエーガー派を殲滅するまでやるしか。
Well, now.
No choice. Lady Mikasa.
Oh!
アトミト、地下で攻撃をしのぐ。
All right, what are you going to do with these two?
Well, he's plugging that back in.
どうぞ、やめるんだ。
Oh! Well, Armin can heal. Right? Armin
Yeah,
can
we
heal.
don't have to worry about Armin.
早く飛行艇を爆破しろ。一緒に土地を増やして肉を食おうって。
Are we losing Connie?
No, we're going to lose this guy.
逃げ場のない地下にこもるつもりか。
Oh!
Oh, Reiner just. And now here comes Annie.
Here it goes.
やっぱりダメか。
人から暴力を奪うことができないよ。
See, there's Levi. He's almost ready.
Welcome back to the game, Annie.
Yep.
Oh!
Oh! Jeez.
Superman punch.
Roman Reigns.
Das Kick.
Oh.
Das Boot into the ocean.
Good.
Oh. Look at you guys cheering for the Titans. It wasn't that many episodes ago. You were like, how could this happen?
I'm cheering for Team Connie and Mikasa and Armin.
Yep, there's Armin.
What are you gonna do now, sport?
Yeah, well, you just shut.
Is this not good? All right, do it.
Oh!
Oh! Wow.
And that did not feel like 23 minutes.
No,
gentlemen.
that felt like 5 minutes.
Jeez.
Well, we all know it from like the previous episode, the way that one and how well paced that one was. When you get to this one that has a little more action, it's going to go a lot.
Yeah,
faster.
well, and they teed it up with somebody had to get blood on their hands.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect it to be Connie.
No.
The way that whole thing went down was crazy. We had the tease up in the building with the Queen and Mikasa and the Jaegerists and everything, and the way they got caught was wild. How the guy was able to escape. I forget his name. He was able to escape and just essentially sound the alarm of who everybody was a traitor, and they had to take him out or whatever to stop them from getting the airplane. They call it a ship, but from getting the airplane.
Flying boat.
Flying boat. Well, it could be like that one they had in Commando, where it can do both, maybe. But either way, what an episode! And as emotional as we've seen Connie before, this one has to be like the top moment for him, because that was wild. I didn't even know he was gonna take out the second guy. I thought, okay, well, the threat's there. They can't blow up the boat. Maybe just give him the old punch to the face and knock him out or something. But no, multiple rounds to the head for that guy. So he's out of the picture, and that was just wild. Now we have Mikasa and crew down in the basement. Looked like they were trying to get through that door or something like that, or maybe reinforce it. I'm not sure what was going on there, if that was going to be their escape or barricade it. But either way, look, Mikasa, I'm not going to use the words plot armor because I don't like that. But if I've got to be trapped somewhere, I'd prefer to be trapped with an Ackerman, because I know I'm probably going to be okay, whether it's Levi or Mikasa. So I think that the Queen and company is probably okay down there. They were arming up with more Thunder Spears to get at him. But I got to believe that with Reiner and Annie doing their thing, that's definitely going to draw their attention. So, wow, with the next episode, I'm just kind of curious where it's going to pick up from, because it seems to me that we're almost due for an episode with Eren to see where he's at and what's going on, because we've had a couple episodes now where we haven't gotten a real update with that. We've been doing a lot of speculating as to where he might be. They thought that he's probably already reached the island, and that probably destroyed some of the cities that were near the coast. So, we'll see if that is indeed Eren's plan. Like I said, I still maintain that I don't think we know exactly what Eren has planned, and I think we're all going to be thrown for a twist at the end, but we'll have to wait and see.
Opinions vary. Yeah, Connie, for me, like this whole series has always been somewhat of a comedic relief type thing. He's always going, huh? What? Huh? So to see him finally have all that raw, it's been building though, his emotion with ever since what happened to Sasha. A few episodes ago, well, more than a few, but we've been seeing him get more and more emotion, and it culminated here with him saying, "We are your friends. We are friends." And then he had to take out the threats, because you may be friends at the start of it, but now you're both on different sides, and they're both thinking they're doing what's right for everyone. And we saw that Connie had to take out two of his friends that they broke bread with how many times? They were, I'm assuming they were cadets all the time. Just all this to happen, and finally comes to that. And we saw the steam in the sea, which means there's a bunch of Titans in the water. So I thought that was pretty cool to show us that because I was wondering, how are they going to get there? Are they going to have to take boats? Are they going to do? No, apparently they can just
because they showed them walk
right under, and all the steam coming out. So that was pretty cool. And then what are they going to do when they're all trapped down there? Because they pretty much are trapped. Was that their goal, was to get there so that way their focus was there? So then when Annie and Reiner turn into Titans, then they can just start they can start picking them off one at a time, because like they're taking out 3 at a boot, you know.
Yeah.
He punched 3 away, she booted 3 away. So
yeah, and I didn't get a vibe of just how many there was there for them.
Yeah.
Or just how many Jaegerists there were all
we
kitted up
just
in their
saw
gear.
that they were, you know,
There was a lot when in the previous.
Right.
We saw them all along the port, that they were, you know, strapped each with at least 2. And so that was I'm thinking they're going to pick them off like that because they're all focused right there, but who knows where we're going in the next episode. But then that scream though at the end with Connie, wow, that was really him showing off the emotion of what's been going on throughout this whole series.
Yeah, it's been wow. I mean, talk about your dedication to the cause versus your I don't know, everything else, and you saying these are my friends. This is not the direction that we want to be going. And I think it's, it adds so much to the story that it's not just 2 conflicting sides, right? Because that becomes easy when you have 2 sides, like we're on this side, you're on this side, and let's battle. And even if you have that and the Titans kind of get mixed up in whose side they're really on, you can still have 2 sides who have really dug in their heels. Now, at the end of the day, it's kind of what it feels like they're starting to do, but there's so much internal conflict, and it's we don't see a lot of other programs that have writing this deep, whether it be actual or animation or whatever. Makes me think of, and this might be like a super loose kind of comparison, but like the first thing that comes to my mind is like old Civil War stuff here in the U.S. Obviously much heavier subject matter, but you have families on different sides who have their own set of beliefs, but so they're fighting for these principles, but against people that they care about. And you have to imagine that everybody who's having these conflicts, they all wish they could get the other people to just join our side.
See it my way.
Just see it my way. Just see it my way. And then we can be on the same side, or just at very minimum be empathetic to why I have the mindset that I do, why I'm as passionate about what I am. And the fact that we saw the 2 get taken out at the end pretty aggressively, that was a lot. I mean, even for this show, I mean, look, we've seen people get crushed and eaten and stuff like that, but that was heavy. That was really, really heavy, and you could see it really took its toll on him. And this is all starting to take its toll on everybody. I don't think there's anybody who just is like, what, we're doing this, we're all in. This is exactly how it has to be. I think everybody realizes that there's no black and white in what needs to happen here, or what people think needs to happen. So another interesting episode. No clue. I mean, it was great. I shouldn't say it was great. I think we talked in the last wrap up, like all of a sudden we're like, yeah, the Titans are back. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, But, Annie's back. Of course, we saw Reiner back as the Titans doing some serious damage. Not as much as I think they implied that could have happened. It's like we only saw a couple punches, some swipes, a pop, but there's a lot more damage to be done. But our flying boat is still intact for now, but we're gonna find out where they go. I don't know. It's getting so intense, and it feels like when you're getting close to the end of a series that you really love, especially for one that we've been invested in this long. Like every episode, it feels like there's so much more on the line every episode. Like the next one is like, okay, now the stakes just jumped up another level, and that's what we feel like we have going on here. So
yeah, it was pretty interesting seeing the inner conflict Connie had at the end there. So I'm glad they put in the little flashback of Berthold to show that someone needed to get blood on their hands, and it ended up being Connie in this instance here. The horror shot of Armin, of the bullets coming out of his face, that was pretty interesting. There was no way when Armin said we just need Flock to do this and there will be no bloodshed. The second that he said that, that was like a tip of the hat of like, this isn't lasting.
That's
and then like 10 seconds later, Mikasa's flying in, and then it was basically game over from there, which ended up what we got there at the end, which was chaos. And it is the last season, so I'm expecting a ton more chaos coming. I'm just curious of who we're going to lose in this, because again, my prediction is no one comes out alive. I'm just wondering if there is somebody who comes out alive, who is it going to be? Is AOT going to crush our souls with who may be left or who may be gone? So I'm looking forward to that. The setup for the planning in the first half of this, I mean, Annie was still kind of throwing some shots, but then kind of simmered down. And then after the general there, I can't remember his name, and thank you. After he did what he did to Yelena, he had that moment of clarity, in my opinion, of, I was wrong, X, Y, Z, everything that he said there. So I thought that was really big of him to do that in that moment after he realized what he just did. Now, Gabby was looking up and away, but I couldn't connect the dots, and that's on me, of what triggered him to do that right there. Now, is it because Gabby was there and then he's like, oh, she might have saw this or whatnot?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I wasn't real 100% sure on that. But whatever it was, it triggered him to do that speech for everyone to kind of rally. And then all of them finally had that like little bit of team clarity for the moment. Yeah. And then the discussion there with, well, let's not take out anybody, or hey, we're going to have to take out some people. Flock, if he even got a whiff, let's just say Mikasa didn't do that. Flock even got a whiff of Armin and Connie, which he was hesitant. He still didn't pull the trigger on what Armin was asking, right? So I still feel like Flock has zero remorse right now of trying to get the goal accomplished of what Eren wants to do here. So I'm sure he would have not even had a second thought. Take out Armin, take out Connie, take out everyone else, assuming Mikasa didn't do that, right? So this was just the beginning of probably all the chaos that's coming, so I cannot wait to see what the next episode is going to bring.
I did like how Armin and Connie, though, how they sold it, though, really. Like, we got to go. Yeah. They're trying to take the flag.
They were committed.
I love that they actually did that, where they were trying
that's the old thing where, like, if you come in and you make it like a rush and there's chaos, you don't give them time to think.
They needed an orange vest and a ladder.
Orange vest and a ladder.
They could have got it. They could have got it.
Well, that's the other thing.
Orange vest and the ladder trick.
The other thing that's interesting is because we are coming down to the final episodes, I've got to believe that as this show was being made and written, the importance that is going into every episode, knowing you only have a handful or less left, makes everything that much more important. So, again, first time watchers here for us, if there is anything that we miss, I have to apologize for that, because we're trying to take in so much on these final episodes and just
trying to remember,
just being hit
previous,
being hit with everything. So, it's just been wild, and it's all just building, and I think it's just going to be fireworks. With Eren being the one who has the ultimate final decision.
He's going to be the sole survivor. Or, I don't know, but it's just total chaos. So much fun. A lot of things happening. We cannot wait for more. I suppose you guys couldn't either when you were watching it. So thank you for watching us watch it. So for Appleton Oak, that's Diamond Dave. That's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.